Am I the a-hole? No kids on vacation? Update. Thank you for the overwhelming response. I don't use Reddit, but my husband, this is his account, urged me to post because I felt a lot of guilt and I'm feeling much better. In fact, I feel quite angry over how I've been taken advantage of. I wanted to answer some of the questions that were asked. Yes, I can definitely see now how she is taking advantage of me. There have been other instances as well. Last week I was supposed to watch the baby, but I had an emergency with my oldest child and had to take a last minute flight out to Fort Lauderdale. I called her and told her she needed to find another sitter for the next day because I had to be at the airport at 1 PM, which is an hour away. She said, "Well, can Mark, my husband, or your dad watch him?" I felt bad for leaving her high and dry, but this was a legitimate emergency, so I went and got the baby and took him to my dad. My dad does love the baby and only agreed because it was only a couple of hours and 3 of my children were there to help. She called me while I was boarding to tell me she was going to be late getting him from my dad because she was going to buy a swimming pool. A few weeks ago my husband and I planned an at-home date night after our kids went to bed. We were going to paint canvases to hang in our home. I told her all about it. An hour before our date night was to start, she called and asked if I could keep the baby for just 2 hours while they had a softball game. I reluctantly agreed. We still had a date night, but I had a baby in my lap the entire time, whom I also helped paint a Mother's Day picture for my friend. What was supposed to be 2 hours turned into about 5, and I had him until midnight. Also, she sometimes pays me for babysitting. However, I'll keep him from 7:30 AM until 5 PM or later, and she will pay me $20. But every day I have him, I take him out for breakfast and I also buy him clothes and toys. Plus I drive 20 minutes to pick him up and drop him off, so everything she pays me goes into my gas tank and back to the baby, so I make nothing. Also, she still owes me money and keeps saying she's going to pay me but has not. I'm not going to call her. I made sure my dad was able to keep my children before I even booked plane tickets. My husband and I are excited for our vacation and her lack of planning is not our problem. Thanks again, guys. Am I the a-hole for not wanting my friend bringing her children on our vacation? Backstory: my husband, using his account, and I were married 13 years in March. We have 4 children ages 8 to 15, and we have never been on a vacation without them. We live on the East Coast and planned a vacation to LA, and we leave on Friday. Right after booking our trip, my friend and her boyfriend asked to come, and we agreed on a couple's vacation. They have 5 children. Today my friend called because she had not set up a reliable sitter for her children and wanted to know if my 66-year-old father could keep her 1-year-old along with my children. My dad said he couldn't, so my friend decided that she was bringing her 1-year-old and her 15-year-old on our adults only vacation. I'll let her know that she paid for her tickets and could bring them if she wanted, but that if she did we would be vacationing separately as I was not bringing my own children, so we could have a few days of adult time. Now she isn't speaking to me. Am I the a-hole? I should also add that I already keep her baby several days a week, and half of those days she calls me when she is out of school to ask me to keep him longer so she can shop or get her nails done, and I know she would expect my husband and I to help take care of the baby in LA. Now let's read some comments. Not the a-hole. She's trying to fundamentally change your vacation. That's so uncool. She asked to tag along on Op's vacation, then tried to change the setup at the last minute. Also, she's probably betting on Op watching her kids the whole time, so she can have a child-free vacation. Not the a-hole. She doesn't sound like that great of a friend. Don't give her an inch or she'll take a mile. Opus not the a-hole at all. No doubt that it's both a fundamental change and completely uncool. I can't help but wonder if the friend was naive enough to actually believe she could bring her 15 years old to LA in an attempt to have them watch the 1-year-old. It's a recipe for disaster, but I have a feeling it's what the friend was planning by suddenly wanting to bring both of them. Not the a-hole. It was pretty rude to invite themselves along on your vacation in the first place, then to invite their kids along. Hard. Not the a-hole. Not necessarily the invite themselves along part. I have a best friend couple where we regularly go on vacations together. Doesn't matter who initiates it. But there is always the stipulation of is it with kids or without. You don't bring kids on an adults only vacation. It defeats the purpose. And if you can't go without the kids then you just don't go. Not the a-hole. It's her fault for not booking a sitter prior to the vacation knowing it's adults only and expecting your father to take care of her kids as well. Why couldn't she have asked her parents or in-laws to take care of her kids for the duration of the vacation? She sounds entitled and should be taking responsibility for her own children. I suspect there's a reason Op is her only reliable babysitter, and it has more to do with the friend than it does with Opus. Exactly what my sister would do. She would plan a vacation, then, as they were leaving, tell me I needed to take care of her animals. After I left to take a vacation to Virginia, she messaged me about halfway down, 3.5 hours away, that she was going to DC, and I had to watch her animals. I told her I couldn't, and it was her fault for not scheduling someone else. She had to cancel, and I had a great time. Not the a-hole. You may consider her your best friend, but she does not consider you hers. She just uses you for free babysitting. You take care of her baby more than she does. She's using you for childcare. She invited herself on your first couple's vacation with your husband. Tries to get your elderly father to take care of all of her kids including an infant. When that doesn't work she decides to bring her baby with her with the intention of her and her vacationing solo whilst you and hubby take care of her baby. She's a user, not a best friend. Stop letting her use you. Stop being a doormat. Not the a-hole. She expected you to tell her to leave the 15-year-old behind and you'll help her with the baby. I hope you realize the bond you've established with the baby is going to have the baby reaching for and wanting you, so if you can't say no I suggest finding ways to avoid them altogether, because it's not fair to take away your husband's vacation while they get to enjoy this child free. Wow. You really hit the nail on the head. This should have more upvotes. It's one of the best comments on here. Absolutely not the a-hole. An adults only vacation 15 years in the making after a year of quarantine should be what you want it to be. It's totally understandable to want to not take care of someone else's kid when you are going on vacation specifically without kids, and it was known well in advance. Not the a-hole. Not even remotely close to being an R. You should just go on vacay with your husband. Don't worry about your friend, and don't concern yourself with the situation she has created for herself. Not the a-hole. My husband and I sometimes go on vacations without the kids and I don't even like to be around other people's children if I'm not bringing my own. We try to book adults only resorts. Sometimes seeing kids around the age of ours will make me feel guilty for leaving them. Who needs that on vacation? And sometimes kids can just be the worst. We take a yearly vacation as a family, but when it's just me and the hubs, it's a no kid zone. Not the a-hole. If it were me, I'm very petty. I would tell her that she will have to find another sitter to take care of her child after your vacation is over, or now, since she wants to give the silent treatment. She should never bite the hand that feeds her. She clearly doesn't understand that it was your vacation first and she was trying to pawn her child onto you. But again, that's just me. Since she's big mad, I would match her energy and see what she does. But don't do it if you're not ready. I'm a Gemini and we are mad crazy. Not the a-hole. You know your no kids vacation would turn into you watching your friend's 1-year-old everyday vacation. Don't plan anything with her anymore. She decided to treat you with a petty silent treatment. You continue that silent treatment when you return from the holiday and she wants you to babysit for her. Not the a-hole. This is your vacation that she invited herself to. She knew it was an adult only trip, but now wants to change it by bringing her kids. Then gets mad at you for standing your ground because you plan to vacation separately from them. It honestly sounds like she's only mad at you because she's not going to get that adult vacation she wanted to get by having you guys watch the kiddos for her. Enjoy your vacation because she has no real reason to be mad at you for keeping to your original plan. Not the a-hole. You made it clear this was adults only. I wouldn't be too mad about the 15 years. They can take care of themselves most of the time, but the baby would throw a real wrench in your vaca. Maybe you could calm her back and say you can spend time with us but don't expect me to watch your children be. See, this vacation was mean to be without any kids. If you care about your friendship that much, personally I think this woman is a bit crazy, lol. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell for more videos. Also like the video if you enjoy it.